Well, it's pretty dark, but I'm just gonna film it. Hello, it's Serin here. I'm just gonna give you a bit of more updates on my journey to plan to go to Germany, which is gonna happen in 2 days. I have 2 days left before my flight to Frankfurt. I felt like I just came back to Korea, right? I felt like I got at least 3 or 4 more months to stay here, but the fact is time has just flew away and now I have 2 days left in Seoul. It's crazy. Just for those of you who do not know me, I am Serin. I'm 27 years old and I have been working in Cambodia for the past 2.5 years, and I just came back to Korea because I am planning to go to Germany to do my master's program. I finished my application in May, I think in the middle of May. That's when I finished sending all the documentations that I have to send to my school to apply for the program. And then I got the official admission letter at the end of July. So it took around 2 months, a little bit less than 2 months for me to get the admission letter since the day that I finished all the application process. So yeah, it took some time, which is not what I expected, because I also did similar process 4 years ago when I was applying for graduate schools in the UK. The process that you would experience when it comes to applying for schools in the UK, I think it's a little bit faster than other European countries, I believe. When I was applying for a couple of schools there, I think it only took 2 to 3 weeks for me to get the official letter. But this time it took some more time. But I also heard that it's quite normal in German school application process. So I already knew it was gonna take some time, but at the same time, I wanted to get the admission letter before I came back to Korea, which didn't happen because I came back here on the 9th of July and I got the admission letter at the end of July. So for those, days that I wasn't really sure if I'm going to Germany or not, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty frustrated. But yeah, I got the admission anyway at the end of July, so I'm really happy about that. And after that, I started all the other things that I had to do. I think that was the starting point of actually preparing myself to go to Germany. I had to find a place. I had to also look for some more documentations to send my school. I also had to send a tuition fee for the semester. I also had to have an, how do you call it? Public insurance, German public insurance as well, which isn't activated yet. One thing that you should know if you are ever planning to go to Germany to do your study, you have to have a German public insurance, and it's not going to be activated until you're actually in Germany and get a flat of your own and do something called Anmeldung, which is residence registration, I believe. The process is pretty much like this. You get the admission letter, and once you get the admission letter, that's when you're going to start looking for a flat to live, or maybe dormitory. I guess that's really up to individuals. In my case, I don't really have the necessity to actually live close, really close to the school, because my school, I think it's pretty normal in other German universities too, but my school is going to cover all the transportation fee with the identification card. So I actually just got the student ID card, which is also my transportation card today, which is great because I'm leaving in 2 days and it just arrived today. So I got this card, which they call what's a card. So this is the third and the last letter that I have been waiting for from my school, and I just got it, and I have 2 days left in Korea before my flight. Lucky girl! So I didn't really have to look for a flat that is super close to my university. So I've been looking around pretty much every area that I could in Frankfurt. And in fact, Frankfurt is really not a big city, I heard, and I've been there before. It wasn't as big as Seoul so I've been looking around pretty much every area online because I'm not in Germany, not yet. So I guess finding a place to live, it was the hardest process. It's mainly because I'm not there yet and I can't really see the place in person, and all I have, like every information that I have, is just all online. Like I have to have a video call with the either landlords or tenants that are still staying there, and I have to judge everything by what I see online because I'm not there yet. And I think that was the hardest part as well. Every single student, let alone master's students or bachelor students, like let alone them, all the other students who are in European country who also want to do exchange student program in Germany, they're all coming to Germany at the end of September, or at least in the first week of October. So the competition to find a place, like find a flat that even for 3 or even 5 or 6 people shared apartment, it's like really high. The competition to find a place is just another level right now. And that was why I struggled a lot, because everyone is coming right now, and obviously everyone looks for a flat to stay, and they don't obviously want to stay far away from the city center, right? So the house hunting process was a lot more competitive than I expected, which I didn't know. I never expected it was going to be that hard. But all in all, I did some research, I got some help from my friends, and I finally found a place, and I actually signed a contract, and I'm moving in that flat on the 16th of September, which is going to be in 3 days. The day that I will be arriving in Frankfurt, I'll be moving into that apartment just straight away, which I'm very happy about. I'm really glad that I actually found a place that I will be living for a year before I move to Germany. So I already got the security done, which is a big relief right now for me. And after finding a house, what you're gonna do, which is the process that I still haven't done because I'm still in Korea, you have to go to Germany, and as soon as you move into the place, you have to do something called Anmeldung. It's a residence registration, like I said. Without it, you can't do anything. Without your residence registered in Germany, you can't make a bank account, you can't really use your SIM card, you can't travel, you can't apply for a visa, you can't really do anything. So that is I guess the most important part of all this process of moving to Germany and starting to study there. I haven't still done it yet. I will actually have to go there first and move into the flat and do the registration thing, which I will be doing on the 19th of September. In order to do that, you also have to make an appointment. What I'm realizing right now when it comes to moving to Germany, or maybe it's also similar in other European countries too, but in Germany everything's just going by appointment. Like if you want to go to a bank, do something, make an appointment. If you want to apply for visa, of course you need an appointment. If you want to register yourself in the town hall, you need an appointment. You need the appointment to do anything. That's what I'm realizing right now. Maybe there are some exceptions, but so far, for the most important things that I actually have to do in Germany, I will have to make some appointments first, which is also pretty competitive. So you actually have to keep your eye on those websites that you'll be making an appointment in, and do it when you can. It's pretty competitive, as far as I can actually understand from my own experience of doing it. And there are 2 things that I wasn't so sure about, which I got some clear answer from someone last night. The first one was, a lot of people on the internet have been saying that I need a return ticket to actually go to Germany. So those of you guys who don't really know how like the visa process works in European countries, for Korean passport holders, you don't need a visa to stay up until 90 days in Schengen area. And in Germany is also one of the Schengen area countries, So you can go to Germany and travel up until 90 days. But if that's the case, you need a return ticket. You might need to, or maybe you actually have to show the return ticket at the immigration. But I wasn't so sure if that same rule also applies to me, because I'm going to be in Germany for 2 years. And I technically can't book a flight that is 2 years from now on. So when I read some of those comments like, oh, you actually need a return ticket, otherwise you can't really enter German border, I was like, what? I couldn't really, you know, figure out like how I should do it, because my flight is in 2 days and I have to book a return ticket right now, and I'm gonna be in Germany for 2 years. It doesn't make sense, right? And another thing that I wasn't so sure about was that it was about insurance. So when you're studying abroad in Germany, one thing that I also learned is that you have to have a German public insurance. There are a lot of different insurance companies, but I had chosen a company that is called TK. And so it's not activated yet, but once I'm there and once I'm done with the residence registration, I can actually activate my German public insurance. But the thing is, for the first few weeks of the time that I actually don't have the public insurance coverage, something might happen, right? And I wasn't so sure if that's mandatory. I wasn't so sure if I actually have to have a traveler's insurance for those days that I'm not covered by the public insurance that I'm gonna be having once the semester starts. So I also had to ask someone that is actually in Germany about that, and he said it's not mandatory. It's completely up to the person. If you feel like you need a insurance covered, so if anything happens, you're sorted, then go for it. But it's not a mandatory thing that you actually have to do to enter Germany. So yeah, those two things were something that I wasn't really clear about, but I got the answers last night from someone that I know who's in Germany right now. Now I'm like more confident about what I'm doing right now. That is pretty much the update. I have been doing a lot of shopping today. First I went out to just do, you know, a bit of shopping by myself, and then my mom, she just wanted to help me a bit about shopping list, so we went out together and then did a bit more shopping. And yeah, I am slowly packing things, slowly figuring out what to bring, what not to bring with me. And yeah, I will give you another update though, once I am in Germany, or maybe I can do a bit of vlog when I'm at the airport, but because of the COVID situation, and also I think I will be pretty tired and exhausted just, you know, during my trip to go to Germany. I'll probably not do it, but if I ever do, I will 100%, you know, make sure I will upload it here. But yeah, that was pretty much my update, and I have 2 days left. I have my ID card, I've done some shopping, I found a place to live, and now I actually, you know, have a lot more things to do once I got the admission letter, but it feels good. The tuition fee is paid, the house contract is signed, student ID card is here, things are going well. Things are going well. Another thing that I'm really not sure of is how expensive it will be, because everybody has been saying that Europe has been crazy expensive ever since, you know, the war going on in Ukraine has happened. So I don't know. I've been to Germany, but it was like 7 years ago. I've never lived there. I've only, you know, traveled there. So I'll actually have to go there and see how expensive or cheap it is. So yeah, that's the thing. And honestly, everything's new. I've never studied abroad. This is my first time studying abroad ever, and I'm feeling very grateful. I have been, you know, getting a lot of messages from my friends saying that, you know, I'm doing the right thing. They've been congratulating. I've been feeling very, very, very grateful, thankful for all the messages that I'm getting from my friends, and honestly, I feel like I'm gonna do quite well in this master's program. I'll be all good. I'll be studying hard. I'll be also working hard too, and yeah, I'll be alright, and I will 100% keep you updated on more things that I'll be doing in Germany, let alone this kind of, you know, documentation stuff, whatnot. But I will also give you some more details about where to go or what to eat, or you know, some kind of more touristic spots, touristic places or touristic things to do in Germany as well. That'll be more fun for sure. I believe. But anyhow, I hope you are having a great day. Right now it is 7:05 in Seoul, Korea. I will probably have some dinner right now. I'm quite hungry. But anyhow, have an amazing day today. Hope you're well and stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. 안녕.